Green Bay coach actually had a dusting of an autumn snow last night, but that's gone, and we are set for football at Lambeau Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Green Bay Packers. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Right there, 56. Bring it! Bring it!
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Slam, slam, slam. Great 15, great 15.
On second and 11 now. Wentz. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Waiting! You don't know no better.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Get that quarterback.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. The 20. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 44 yards on the ground. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Kalen Ballage, his second touchdown on the season. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive.
So that first quarter touchdown does much more than just give them momentum. I mean, this is probably going to go a long way towards erasing what's gone down with them in the last couple of games where they lost both of them.
Yeah, they were struggling going into the open week. Maybe that open week came at a good time.
Sometimes you just have to get away, right? I wonder if they just took the whole philosophy of take the week, get out of here, let's come back and regroup fresh.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Let's go, defense. Any weapon. Let's go, defense. Here we go. What twist?
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
4 yards. And the Saints first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Go!
Clock now on 1st down. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
6-6, pull it, snap.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. But now it's 3rd down.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Mike 55. Watch the run. Mike 55. Hey, go.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Open man is Michael Thomas. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
Ready.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run. This is Kamara. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
2nd and 10. That's the Packers.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Lock to throw on 2nd down. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good compliment.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. Dodges him at the 50.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That good for 19 and a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Blocked again here on 2nd and 10. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Third and long. That's the end of the first quarter.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Saints on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
On the double. 21, Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Hey, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. Down.
Throwing on first down is Locke. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter brought a time to change things. Running with Kamara. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun on third down, Locke finds his tight end Ingram. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now Wentz. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go. 280. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wentz. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10.
Tight is right. 3 down.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
82. Watch the slant. Hey, wahoo!
Throwing on first is Wentz. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
On third and long, it's Wentz. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Saints take
Let's go.
over
Let's
first
go.
and
Let's
10
go.
at their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
On first down, Locke. Airing it out deep for Smith. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
The Packers take over first and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Now Kamara, not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Man open, it's Goodwin. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. No. What's that?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wentz. And he slings one that's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Goodwin able to haul it in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 24 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Again, it's Wentz. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
On 2nd down now. It's Williams. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
4 down. 24 is the mic.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards. So make it 2nd and 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara, and he'll get it down here to the 43. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
30 base. I got it. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Now Scarborough. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you up.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Lock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And Thomas has it. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will give them a 12-point lead. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives have bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
Come on, baby. Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. On the ground, this is Williams. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
12 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and 3.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. On play action, Wentz. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
At the 44-yard line.
Here we go. We're waiting. All day, baby. All day. 57. 56 to Mike, boy. 56.
Again, it's Williams. And he's got room. Touchdown, Packers. Jamal Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but it's still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Locke going to throw. He gets it to Thomas. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Locke. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Locke will try again on 2nd down. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 35.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop him?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Locke now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
On the ground, Kamara. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Again, it's Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Just like that.
Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for 28 yards. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On first down, Wentz. And he fires one incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They run it with Balaj. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the gun on third down, Wentz. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 27, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, D. Get on the field.
Kamara. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This is Scarborough. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it'll be Packer football here, first down and 10. They're all finished in that game in Cleveland. The Browns, they have scored again to add on to their lead. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them.
Hey, watch the right. Watch the right. Now watch one. Watch one.
Running to start the drive is Love. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 26-yard line.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans, and never an easy thing to do, no matter how good Green Bay is, what the year is, to come into Lambeau and get the victory, but they did it.
You're not just battling the team that you're playing that day. You're not just battling the crowd that's in attendance in that game. You're battling the history of the franchise. You're battling the ghosts that swirl around them.